All right, think about the last bit of marketing advice you got. I'm willing to bet it was something about social media, right? Well, today, we're going to push back on that big time. We're going to talk about why your website, yeah, your website, not your Instagram feed, is actually the most powerful tool you have for landing real paying customers.
I mean, you've heard this a million times, haven't you? You need to be more active on social. You gotta post more. It's like the go-to advice for every local business out there. And look, it sounds reasonable, it sounds modern, but honestly, following it can quietly pull you way off course, making you pour all your energy into exactly the wrong place.
And this right here is the absolute heart of the problem. See, your goal isn't just attention. Your goal is inquiries. It's about getting that phone call, that email from someone who's ready to hire you. And here's the big secret. Those make or break decisions, they almost never, ever happen on a social media feed.
So let's dive into what I'm calling the quiet mistake. It's something so many businesses do, and they often have no idea it's actually costing them customers.
Okay, so here's how it usually goes down. A business spends good money to get a nice website built, and then crickets. They just abandon it. All their time, all their energy, it all goes into chasing likes and followers on social media. And what's worse, when a potential customer finally lands on their website, what's the first thing they see? A huge button saying, "Follow us on Instagram." It feels like you're being helpful, but you're actually sabotaging your own sale by telling them to leave.
Just think about the control for a second. On your website, you're the director. It's your stage. You control the whole experience, you decide what they see next, and you build that trust step by step. But on social media, oh man, you control nothing, absolutely nothing. Your message is just a tiny blip squeezed between your competitor's ad and a video of a cat falling off a table. And just like that, poof, their attention is gone.
And every single time you send a visitor away from your site, you're paying this hidden cost. First, you lose their focused attention. Then you lose the ability to guide them to the next logical step. You lose all that precious momentum that brought them to you in the first place. And finally, you lose clean data that would tell you what's actually working. It's just a loss across the board.
So what's the fix? Well, it's actually a really simple but incredibly powerful shift in how you think. You need to start treating your website as the central hub of all your marketing, not just some digital business card you set up and forgot about.
This is the way to picture it, right here. Think of social media and Google as just signposts on a big, busy highway. Their one and only job is to point traffic back home, and home is your website. That's where the real conversation, the important one, actually begins.
Now, to really get why this works so well, we have to put ourselves in the customer's shoes. It's so important to remember that most of your potential customers aren't just scrolling for fun. They're in problem-solving mode. They have an issue and they're actively looking for a solution.
You see, when a potential customer is looking for a solution, they're basically on a mission, and they have these 4 key questions bouncing around in their head, usually in this exact order. A really great website answers these questions one by one. It says, yes, we do what you need. Yes, we're local. Yes, you can absolutely trust us. And then critically, here is exactly what you need to do next.
Okay, now imagine trying to answer those 4 questions on social media. It's just the worst possible place for it. At the very moment your customer needs clarity and focus, social media is literally engineered to give them the exact opposite, just endless noise and distraction. It actively works against their goal, and by extension, yours.
All right, so let's put all these pieces together. Let's actually map out what a smarter marketing setup looks like, one that's built from the ground up to turn that initial visibility into actual, real enquiries.
Okay, step 1. You use channels like SEO and social media for what they are genuinely good at, reaching a whole bunch of people and just building some basic awareness. You can think of them as your megaphone.
But, and this is key, once that megaphone has grabbed someone's attention, its job is pretty much done. Now you need to funnel all that interest, all that attention, back to one single controlled place. And that place is, you guessed it, your website. This is where the decision happens. This is where the real work gets done. Your website is your conversion engine. It's where you explain your value, you build that crucial credibility, and you turn that little spark of interest into a real phone call or an email.
So here's a really simple check you can do for your own site, like right now. Just go to your homepage. Are the links to your Facebook or Instagram bigger and more obvious than your phone number or your contact form? Seriously, if it's easier for someone to leave your site than it is to contact you, your website is actively working against you.
I want this idea to really sink in for a minute. Social media is noisy by design.
It's built to be chaotic and distracting to keep you scrolling forever. Your website needs to be the complete opposite. It should be an oasis of calm by design, a place that helps your visitor think clearly and make a confident choice.
Because really, at the end of the day, that's what this all boils down to. A calm, clear environment is where trust starts to form. And trust, well, trust is where decisions happen. So stop sending your potential customers out into the chaos. Instead, invite them into the calm.